One time for the hair. Oh my Linda! Bad, she bad. Yeah. Welcome back to my video. If you are new, welcome to my channel. I go by the name of Donna Darcy, aka Six Isla. Okay, for real. Y'all, I'm so excited. As you can see, I am in a new space. Yes, I'm not gonna give y'all a tour as of yet because, I mean, I could. I definitely could. Maybe later, maybe, but I'm just so excited. All glory to God, man. All glory to God. I need to put my lip gloss on. Hold on. But I'm so excited, y'all. Like, y'all just don't understand. I was going to release another video, but I realized I had a habit of like not completing my videos. So I was like, I have to go to work. I'm gonna leave out around like 5:45. It is currently, actually I gotta watch on, it's 4:30. So I'm gonna do as much content as I can, and then on my breaks in my car or whatever, I'll edit my video. But y'all, I just wanna say keep God first, because he is truly the biggest, the provider, the protector, my father. Like, I don't even know how I got my apartment, but it requires so much discipline to really just focus on your goals and to really get things accomplished. And that's what I really wanted to share with y'all. Like, I'm gonna give y'all a thing of how to boss up, really. Like, number one is having a higher power, something that you believe in, something that could be your moral compass, something that ultimately you have something that will guide you in this world, and knowing how to make big decisions. So for one, have a relationship with God, pray, talk to yourself, something that will keep you grounded in reality. Number two is create goals for yourself. I don't care what anybody says. Do not let anybody come into your life and deter you from your goals. It is ultimately so important because you do make the decisions in your life, and ultimately the decisions that you make, it really can alter and change your life for the better or for the worse. So I would say that. Number three, and this is something that I'm actively working on, work out, eat better, drink a lot of water, clean up your space. Like, and I guess that leads into hygiene. You don't ever want nobody being around you talking about you, telling you, or saying, oh girl, she stank, he stank, like, you know, and you know, you don't want to be that person. Because I've definitely had to tell, you know, like, you don't want to be the person to deliver that message, but you also don't want to be the person to also be on the receiving ending of that message. So yeah, drink water. And I always feel like you can smell yourself before anybody else can. So y'all, I had to switch over to my iPad, but I definitely think the lighting is a little bit better. But to continue on how to boss up, you have to shift your mindset, your confidence, your mindset, how you see yourself, no longer looking for validation from other people. Don't mind my nails, okay? They need to be done, but we're not talking about that right now. I'm so happy, y'all, but prioritizing growth over comfort. Growth is going to be very uncomfortable. It is very much necessary because it brings out all of your character flaws. It brings out everything that you need to work on, but most importantly, it builds character. And so you definitely want to be in positions because it'll allow you to see yourself in a new light that you never thought that you was capable of, I will say. Learn some new skills, put yourself out there. Like, as uncomfortable as I used to be, as far as like, because it was to a point where like I had bad anxiety, and I'll tell this story. So I was in this acting modeling agency / school thing called Barbizon. And so when you graduate, you go into this, they put you in something called a placement. So they basically find jobs for you. And so the job that I had was, I probably was like 16, 17, and I was there with these 2 other girls, and there was a lady that was over us. And so basically we were in this mall, and you basically had to get people to sign up, and you had to go up to people. And I started crying, bro. I started crying so bad. And so when I called my mom, and she was like, you want me to come pick you up? I was like, yes. And she was like, you know what? Fuck that. No, you want to go there, so you're going to stay there. And I was so devastated when I heard that, but it really helped me. And I started to be able to go up to people, but I dealt with anxiety to the point where, like, when my mom would go to, like, let's say McDonald's or something, she'd be like, you want to go in or you want to go through the driveway? And I'd be like, no, I want to go through the driveway. And she'd be like, nah, you're going to go in. Like, she would force me to get out of my comfort zone. It would get to a point, it's kind of like when you're in class and, like, you would know the answer to the problem and you would say it like real low, and then somebody like next to you or something will say the answer out loud, and the teacher will be like, yes, you got it right. And it's like, damn, like I literally just said it, but I wasn't confident in myself to say it out loud. And I think we focus so much on how others will perceive us, or sometimes I think it's even a fear of being perceived. Like, you know, oftentimes we don't prioritize ourselves as a main character in our own life story. Sometimes we really think that we are the background characters. We're just a part of somebody else's story. And I can honestly say for myself that I get awkward when somebody starts to tell me how much of an impact that I've had on them, because in my mind I'm like, damn, I didn't even know I came across that way, or dang, like I didn't even know that you viewed me in that way. But it's like, you are inspiring others whether you know it or not. You definitely are. And I think sometimes it can be hard to believe, and because even then we'll find ourselves in a position that we didn't even know how we were able to get there. And it kind of feels like imposter syndrome. Like you start to question, like, dang, am I really meant to be here? Do I really have the skills and things to be here? And it's like, yes, you do. Like, you are right where you're supposed to be. I would say the next topic, I lost what number we're on, but I'll just go down the list. I would say presentation. I definitely grew up a tomboy, so like getting my hair done, doing makeup is a lot new for me. Because I really feel like it's kind of like when you are going out to the store and you see somebody fine and you dress all bummy and you just like, dang, bro, like what's going on? What happened? And then when it's like, when you do put the effort in, it's like you don't see nobody. It really be like that. So, and it's not to say that you're doing this to be seen or get attention, but would you rather you'd rather look your best all the time than be caught off guard? And I know how comforting it is to dress comfortable, but you can be comfortable and chic. You can still kind of dress tomboyish and put a little makeup on, you know? Because it was a point in time, like somebody thought, like they thought the girl was gay out here. Not that there's anything wrong with what you prefer, but I knew I wasn't, and I wasn't trying to give off, like, I was not trying to give off stud, like, so it's like, girl, you want them stud allegations, or you want a man, if that's what you prefer. But on my channel, that's what I prefer, so that's what I'm gonna address it as. I would say setting boundaries, learning how to say no. And sometimes we can definitely feel guilty for saying no. And I think that is what happens when you are a people pleaser. You start to feel bad for saying no. You start to feel bad for, and it's not even a thing of feeling bad, but it's just shame and guilt. Like, why do I feel guilty for being selfish? Why do I feel guilty for putting myself first? But it's like, you will never grow out of that if you don't. I had to turn off my food. I would say celebrating your small wins. Like, small wins are just as big as the big ones. And, you know, small wins could be as simple as you got up and you made your bed this morning. That's what I would also say too. Like, oh, I just wanted to say, as you can see, I have a glass air fryer and I'm about to use it again. So don't mind that. Mind your business. But anyway, I feel like a hypocrite because I gotta clean my air fryer. And yeah, anyway, I'm talking about cleaning it up. Shut up. Shut up. Mind your business, bitch. Mind your business. But, and I got my phone right here so I can keep notes and track of myself. But I would say throwing things out, throw away things that you don't need, declutter your space, because a lot of times we hold on to old energy. As a matter of fact, delete them text threads. You don't need to talk to that nigga or that girl no more. So delete them text threads. You're not reaching out to her or him. They not reaching out to you. So delete them text threads. I think I just got to a point where I just deleted some threads that I was no longer in communication with. I think sometimes we hold on to people, but this is how I think now. I think if they really wanted to talk to you, they would talk to you. If they really wanted to hit you up, and it could go both ways. If you really wanted to talk to that person, you would talk to them. I think I've just reached a point where I feel as though there is no need for us to go months without speaking. I think if you can go months without talking to somebody, and granted, there are relationships where y'all probably do go months and, you know, you can pick back up where you left off, but I feel like there is a genuine, if there's a genuine connection there, that person would not want to go months without talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes we have to reinvent ourselves. So that means going to a new city, moving, changing your number. And I think I'm also in that process of changing my number. Like, I really just want to change my number and have it, keep it to myself about a good week, just so I can feel that peacefulness. And then I'll decide to choose who I want to give my new number to. I think we allow too much access to ourselves. And I think that's another thing. Like, know who you really want to be friends with. Make a decision and stand firm on it. Protecting your energy. It is something that is valuable. We don't just pay currency with money. We pay it with our energy, our time, our affection. And when you are giving it away to people who don't even respect you, that it says a lot about your self-esteem. And so that's something that we have to work on, is our self-esteem. You have to, even if you're not confident in saying it, I would say affirmations to yourself. I like to put sticky notes on my mirror, or I'll write it with the dry erase marker. And it's just to have those affirmations and say it to yourself. Speak it in your voice memos and fall asleep to your own voice so that your subconscious is able to take it in, because it is you. Really learning to prioritize yourself. Get some hobbies. Try something that you've never done before. And I know that it is easier said than done, but you won't get anywhere in life if you keep thinking that everything is going to happen to you and come to you. You also have to go after it and put yourself in a position to where you can allow yourself to be able to get the things that you want out of life. You know, faith without works is dead, but you have to apply that faith with your works. It's not just, I think a lot of us, especially if you're a late bloomer or you don't really get into dating or things, you think your man is just gonna pop up at your doorstep. And that's not how that works. You actually have to put yourself out there and allow yourself to be seen, because who's gonna see you from the comfort of your own home? And that's just not just with relationships, with friendships, with business opportunities. Yes, you can create on TikTok and through social media, but you actually have to put yourself out there to network and allow people to see who you really are. And I will end this video with saying that you can create yourself. You can always reinvent yourself. People from high school, they no longer matter. You won't even talk to half of these people years from now. And so you have to be the best you. You have to create the best you. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is if you get out of your comfort zone. So I challenge you to do a new hobby that you've never done before, to take yourself out. I literally, the last vlog that I just dropped with me and my friend Kyle in Barnes & Noble, we seen some girls playing Uno. Kyle was like, I want to play Uno. Asked them if we could play Uno. I said, nigga, you ask him. So I go to the restaurant, I come back, and I seen that he was playing. So I said, can I play? And in a way, it felt like I was connecting to my inner child, but they also let me play, and I felt good. I played like maybe like 2 games with them, and I never talked to them again. But it's just the simple fact of that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and I did something that I knew that I would be proud of. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. I don't want to make it too long, but I wanted to drop something else before I drop my next vlog. So consider this a filler. But if you want more content like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, share, and you can catch me on any of my socials. And yeah, God bless you. Bye.